All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. All right, in today's lesson, we're gonna go into the I.C.B.Ms. You know, it's the second death. We're gonna go into some more scriptures, you know, to further educate you guys out there who care about learning that these indeed will happen. That these missiles are, you know, it's not a joke. That it's, you know, a very serious ordeal, and they will be shot off and they will be used. You know, it's not no fairy tale. This is a prophet's and a teacher's job of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai to, you know, when there's rumors out there, you know, about I.C.B.Ms, whatever, you know, the prophets are here to, you know, fact check it, to say, yup, that's true, or no, that's not true. Like, no, that's bugged out. That's not going to happen. Or, yeah, that is true. So those I.C.B.Ms, those nuclear missiles, they will be used very soon. Very soon. And so what's happening, you know, around the world with all these nations getting prepared, because all you hear about Putin, you know, the U.S., North Korea, China, all you hear about is them talking about nuclear missiles, because that's the Lord getting ready to judge his earth. And and that is the second death. The Lord is going to use those I.C.B.Ms to judge his earth. Absolutely. All right, absolutely. Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. So right here is saying that one woe is past. We're in Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. That's World War I. That already happened. And behold, there come two woes more after. Woe meaning like destruction, you know. It's woe, it's war. So two more are coming. So we had World War II already happen, okay, the 1940s. Now it's we're entering World War III. So this is what you're seeing, what the world is seeing if you're watching. You know, those who only care about learning. The wicked, I mean, you already made your choice. You know, you receive your cancellation, like the Lord says. All right, but this is just going to those who care about learning, and you know, care about, you know, fighting for salvation, and you know, who have hope, you know, that is fighting for also for and hoping for mercy from the Lord, just like the rest of us. You know, because just because we teach the word, you know, don't think that we're walking out of here, that we walk out here that, yeah, oh, we're better than you guys, that we think we're perfect. No, not at all. You know, we don't think that we're nobody. See, because we're out here in the trenches fighting for mercy from the Lord, just like you. And do we still sin and go off? Yeah, but you know, it's the Lord says we're in these chains of darkness, so it's gonna happen. But it doesn't mean that you can't, you know, we can't work on ourselves, you know, and get better day by day. You know, so that's what the true teachers and prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yal Shai are pretty much out here just to give you the facts. You know, give you the facts. Revelation chapter 9, verse 16. And we're going to go, let's see here. Revelation chapter 9, verse 16 down to the 21st verse. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. So this is talking about, this is how many nuclear warheads are going to actually hit America. All right, so a lot of times when you see that word Babylon in the scriptures, it's talking about America. But there are cases where, you know, talking about ancient Babylon, where Nebuchadnezzar ruled, and that's out there. You know, ancient Babylon, that great empire was located in right now what this world calls Iraq. All right, that's where ancient Babylon was located. You say, well, where's a pin drop? Right there in Iraq. Okay. Revelation chapter 9, verse 16. And the number of the army of horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So this is 200 million, because this place is not going to exactly get hit with 200 million missiles, but it's the warheads, because the warheads, they break off from the actual ICBM and hypersonic missile once they reach a certain elevation, because they go from one continent to the other. That's why they're called intercontinental ballistic missile. All right, very simple, because they go from one continent to the other. So, once these supersonic missiles are fired off, they go to a certain point, but right before they reach their destination, that's when the nuclear warheads break off. All right, and there's multiple in the front. So this is what John the Revelator saw. Okay, this is it's a very serious ordeal, because we're coming to the time of the second death, the second coming, and the second Exodus. All right, the second death, which is the missiles, because the first death was the flood. The Lord destroyed the earth, the people on the earth, by water. Okay, it's just because water and fire are cleansing agents. All right, facts. Because a lot of people, when they sometimes when people want to burn up trash or whatever, they burn it, right? Because fire is a cleansing agent. And then water, when you wash your hands, take a shower, whatever, use what? Water. Okay, because water is a cleansing agent. And the Lord says that the planet is going to be here forever. So if anyone says, oh, it's the end of the world, it doesn't mean that the planet Earth is going to explode. It just means that we're at the end of a kingdom, okay, an end of an era, the end of the Edomites' rulership. See that? So when the Lord destroyed the people of the earth, in the time of the flood, was the earth gone? No, he just refreshed it. All right, just press that reset, because water and fire are cleansing agents. So we're entering the second death, which is by fire. All right, lasers and fire from the I.C.B.Ms, lasers from the ships, because the Lord is coming in those so-called UFOs, the so-called UAPs. See that? And your fluff news, KTLA, there's nothing bad with that, because I watch that too. It's just that they don't really get, you don't really get to know, like, you don't get down to the bolts and nuts of things. They don't really get down to the nitty gritty, so to speak. But there's nothing wrong with watching that news, because you see what's going on. All people are people are running marathons here. Oh, look, this is happening over here. There's a farmer's market over there. That's cool, because you get to know what's going on. They talk about birthdays and stuff like that. That's the way of the heathen, by the way. But you get to know what's going on, but they don't go deep. See, so that's called fluff news, and it is what it is, and that's why if you really want to get good information, what you got to search on the internet. But that's about to be cut off soon, because this NWO is all about control. So you're not going to be able to go to alternative, websites, YouTube, look at, Dawu 7, people who, like American Patriots, or people who are just seeking truth, like, hey, what's going on? There's something coming. All right, that goes to those of you out there too, who are just seeking truth, like, what is going on? Like, there is danger coming. Why do you think these American Patriots and American Bible Belts are preparing to fight? Because they know something's coming, Why? Because they read, they research. See, there's nothing wrong with, watching sports and stuff. It's just that if you're too much indulged in that, you get distracted from the facts of what's really going on around you. And of course, sports, is that very healthy? That's very healthy. It's a very healthy thing to do. Keeps your mind busy. You got the kids, the children in sports. It's a healthy thing. But the thing is that if you put all your energy into that, you get distracted from what's really going on. See? So let's carry on. Revelation chapter 9, verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, and smoke, and brimstone. So now John the Revelator, he already told us Revelation chapter 9 verse 16. How many nuclear warheads are going to hit America? All right, it's seriously going to be overkill out here. Like for reals, You know, like it's serious, like it's serious. Facts, baby. And so this is why the Lord is continually telling the righteous out there, the children of Israel. And remember, those of you that look like so-called Caucasians, so-called Asians, so-called East Indians, so-called Arabs, but you believe in the Lord, then you're an Israelite. All right, because real heathens, they worship idols. So if you look like, a heathen or a natural Gentile, but you believe in the Lord, then you're pretty much you're an Israelite. All right, because it's a spirit thing. It's not about color. All right. Remember when the so-called white man were hanging the so-called blacks, Native American Indians and Latinos back like in the 50s? Remember when they hang us and all that? Okay, how come they weren't hanging the so-called Arabs? How come they weren't hanging the so-called East Indians that run these 7-Elevens? They're just as dark as us. That's to show you it's not about color, because they know who we are. We're the Israelites. It's not about black, And the Israelites, black, that's so disrespectful. We're different shades of brown. See that? How come they weren't hanging the so-called East Indians? How come they weren't hanging the so-called Arabs? Why was it just us? The so-called North American Indians, Latinos, and so-called blacks, Negroes. Because we are the children of Israel, and they know that. That's why there's a perpetual hatred. It's a real hatred, because they know who we are, and a lot of, because it's not a color thing, because right there just proves, because the East Indians, they're just as dark as us. Even the Africans, the Hamites, shoot, they're even darker than us, See, and they sold us into slavery, 1619 transatlantic slave trade, to show you that we're two different nations, two different people. See? All right, so this to show you it's not about color. It's your spirit. All right? Because it's truly good against evil. Satan versus Yahweh Shai. Absolutely. But ultimately, Satan, he works for the Most High. He didn't rebel, and he goes back to the spiritual realm every day, and reports to Yahweh. So all that that Greek mythology, this Christian Renaissance, religion, all that, where Satan and the angels fought against the Most High, and the Most High cast them from heaven. No, the fallen angels are the 144,000, and they're walking the earth today. Okay, those are the fallen angels, the 144,000, because they're not ordinary men. All right, the evil angels, the left-hand angels, and Satan, they're in order. Okay, they're down here to show the world what wickedness is. All right, that's why they put the inspiration on you, the wicked on the left-hand side. But best believe the left-hand angels, because there are evil angels, and Satan himself, they go back to Yahweh every day. So that, war that, oh, God, the Most High Yahweh kicked them out of heaven, and no, that's completely false and incorrect. If you say that's BS, then that's on you. But the Lord has spoken, you've been told. That's on you. Revelation chapter 9 verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, talking about the missiles, because horses is a representation of power. That's why when you buy like a quad, an ATV, a motorcycle, all right, a car, you want to know how much horsepower does this baby have, right? Because a horse represents power. That's why in also Revelation, when it says the Lord's coming back in white horse, white represents pure. That horse is talking about that spaceship, because those spaceships are real. The Lord and the angels are riding in those spaceships, those so-called UFOs. It's very real. This is why these top elite heathens and Edomites do not like you Israelites. Yeah, the so-called white man and heathens, who are surrounded, who because we work, construction, at these warehouses. You're like, oh yeah, Jeff, Tom, they're cool as hell. Like they're so-called white people, they're real cool. Yeah, they're real cool because they're in the same boat as us. They're not the elites. The elites do not like us because the so-called white men and heathens that are right here working these jobs, Sprouts right next to us, these Trader Joe's, working in the malls, working in whatever, they're in the same boat as us because they're not really running nothing. They're just like us. We're working 9 to 5s, working for, retirement, insurance for our families, stuff like that, right? We're in the same boat, pay our taxes. Some make a little bit more than others, but we do the same thing. We go to the same shopping malls, or you go to hospital. Where do you go? Kaiser. So do we. Where'd you go eat? Oh, Outback Steakhouse. So do we. And so we're in the same boat. We're in the same, the same thing. They try to offer us those jabs, but we didn't take them. But, we're in the same boat. And talking about the elites. And them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. So now this is John the Revelator explaining how the missiles look. And of jacinth and of brimstone and the heads of horses, whereas the heads of lion. Talk about the nuclear warheads. Because the heads of a horse, all right, they're not really too strong. I mean, they're a little like hard, but they don't really use their head as a weapon. Yeah, they can kind of like hit you a little bit. It might hurt, but they're not primarily, that's not like their weapon. Like a rhino, uses like their head, all right? Or like sometimes you see like rams, like they use like their head to like ram people. It's different, because it's just talking about the nuclear warheads that are in the front. They're very strong. They're like lions. Whereas the head of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, smoke, and brimstone. So what was found over there when researchers went to Sodom and Gomorrah? What did they find over there in the sand? Okay, they lit the fire, and the fire was purple. Facts. When scientists went to Sodom and Gomorrah to go see, because that's what Esau has to do. He has to see it to believe it. That's why he believes in science and logic, because they have to test it. They're like, oh, well, I have to see it to believe it, because that's the way Esau is. He's very carnal. All right, not knocking you down, Esau. That's just the way you are. It's just the way you're created. So your scientists went a little while back to Sodom and Gomorrah to see. All right, and you guys tested the soil out there, and Sodom and Gomorrah, the fire burned purple, and you guys found that there was sulfur in there. All right, the same element that you guys have in your nuclear I.C.B.Ms today. Okay, because you guys have sulfur. All right, you guys have other elements. You guys split the atoms and whatnot. But to show you the same element that you guys put in your I.C.B.Ms, okay, was found out there in Sodom and Gomorrah, to show you that those missiles are the workings. Okay, it is off the inspiration of the Lord. That, you guys are not just doing it on your own will. That like, oh yeah, we just created these missiles. No. Okay, the Lord told the angels, and they put it in your mind. I know it's hard for you guys to believe, because you're like, oh, the angels. Yeah, right. The angels are real, and the angels are out here 24/7. All right, and they program you humans, you mortals, when you're sleeping. Facts. Absolutely. It's, although that might be a hard pill to swallow, it's true. But once again, that's up to you. That's up to you, if you can receive it or not. So that's what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember, Lot's wife is still out there. See, you guys, a lot of people think, oh, God's not real, it's a fairy tale. Lot's wife is still out there. Just Google it. This is what's beautiful. You have information in the palm of your hand. You have your smartphone right there. Hey, check this out. This is how much the elites, the leaders of this world, can get everybody. Because although, let's say you're broke, let's say you go to the hoods, to the ghettos, to the barrios, to the slums. All right, let's say people, they're broke, they don't have nothing, but everybody has an iPhone, everybody has a smartphone, everybody. See that? So there's no excuse, in the ghetto areas, the ghettoest areas, the slums, the barrios. You may not be able to pay your light bill, you may not be able to pay your bills, but everybody has, at least there's one person in that house that has a smartphone or an iPhone or an Android. Stop me when I lie. So there's no excuse. All you gotta do is just research it. It's right there. Boom. Research Lot's wife. She's still out there in Sodom and Gomorrah. Still. She's still out there in Sodom and Gomorrah. Facts. To this day, the Lord turned into her a pillar of salt. Why? Because she looked back. So that's why, those of us, we wish the best for our families. But if they don't believe it, what can we do? It's not like we just walk around saying, oh yeah, forget them, forget our family. Nah, we show respect, and we hope for them. But if they turn on the Lord, then what can we do? There's nothing we can do. But do we hope that our family repents? Yeah, of course. But that's up to the Lord. It's not up to us. And we don't even know that we're going to make it. We're hoping that we make it. See? That's the difference. Because the Lord has different tests out here. He's going to put people through tribulations. So that's just on that. Revelation chapter 9 verse 18. By these three was there a third part of men killed by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths, because it's the nuclear warheads that do the damage, the mouths, the front. Revelation chapter 9 verse 19. For their power is in their mouth, see, the front, and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and they had heads, and with them they do hurt. Okay, so, all right, this right here, the John the Revelator is talking about what? The horses, right? But they're talking about I.C.B.Ms. Revelation chapter 9 verse 19. This is how you know we're not talking. John the Revelator is not talking about ordinary horses. Right, because the Lord is he's very poetic. He speaks in parables. It's like they're like dark sayings. It's a mystery, because the average person would just read right over that and not even know what that said. Revelation chapter 9 verse 19. For their power is in their mouths. Why? Because in the front is what? The ice is the nuclear warheads. Okay, and in their tails. So why is there power in their tails? Because let's say if it's talking about the lions, like it just described, like it just described in verse 17. All right, there's no power in a lion's tail. There's no power in a horse's tail. So why is there power in these tails? Okay, because that's talking about the rockets, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the I.C.B.M. All right, the 17th verse, John the Revelator already told us that describing that because they create these missiles with what certain type of metals, titanium or whatever they make their missiles out of, some type of metal, whatever. All right. Revelation chapter 9 verse 19. For their power is in their mouth, so the nuclear warheads, because that's where the damage is at, in the front and in their tails. So why is there power in their tails? Because if John the Revelator is talking about a horse and a lion, there's no power in their tails, like an alligator or like an iguana, that can like whip you, and that would hurt, Okay, a lion and a horse's tail just kind of wag from side to side. All right. So why is there power in the tails? Okay, in the mouth, simple point, because that's the nuclear warheads. And the tails, why is there power in the I.C.B.M's tails in the back? Because that's talking about the rocket, ladies and gentlemen. Because you need fuel to launch it from one land to the other, from one continent to the other. That's why it's simply called intercontinental ballistic missile, because the rocket is in the back, like the tails, So that's why there's power in the tails. Just to further educate you, to let you guys know out there that it's talking about an actual rocket, an actual I.C.B.M, an actual hypersonic missile. See, because the front is where where it does the damage, the nuclear warheads, and the back. Why is there power? Because that's where the rocket's at, to launch it. Because you need power, because these missiles can go from one end of Earth to the other. You imagine, all these nations gotta do is just press a button, and they can send rockets. It's not like ancient war where you had to meet on the battlefield, hit people with bow and arrows. No, now the AI and weapons are so advanced. All they gotta do is press a button, and land masses are just going to be completely eviscerated. See, so there has to be a lot of power because they're coming from miles and miles away. See, so right here, John the Revelator is talking about that rocket in the back. See? For their tails were like unto serpents, and they had heads, and with them they do hurt. The nuclear warheads. Revelation chapter 9 verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, and should not worship devils, idols, and gold and silver, brass, stone, and wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. So what are our people worshiping right now? They have a cross inside their house. They have a statue of the Virgin Mary, baby Jesus in there. Okay, his name is Yahweh Shai, and you're not supposed to worship the Virgin Mary. All right? So those are idols, because there's nobody in there. And what you're doing by bringing those statues inside your house, you're opening up portals. So unclean spirits can go inside your house. All right? Facts. Because a lot of people say, oh, I know the Lord's dealing with me. Those are unclean spirits. All right? Facts. Revelation chapter 9 verse 21. So at the end of that verse, the end of Revelation chapter 9 verse 20, the Lord's telling us through his prophet John the Revelator. All right, remember, he got all these revelations at the island of Patmos, a salt mine, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. So when you're talking, praying to, because I was raised Catholic, so I'm not just out here just like, oh yeah, just talking crap, pointing fingers. No, I've lived that. I did my first communion. I was raised Catholic, so I know what they're about. We used to light candles, worship the Virgin Mary, put in money, and then pray to statues and all that. That's totally bugged out, But that's just the way I was raised as a child, as this world called a kid. You see? So, of course I didn't have no control of that because that's the way I was raised. So, but I experienced it, so I know both sides. It's not like we're just, oh yeah, you Catholics and Christians don't know. Like, no, I was in there. And also, before I came into the truth, I switched from Catholic and I went to Christian. So I got out of the Catholic Church, then I went to Christian, and then I kept on searching for the truth, and then I came into the truth, and I started learning about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the real way. So I experienced that for many years, so it's not like we're just out here like, oh, you Christians and Catholics. No, it's just that doctrine is not correct. It doesn't mean that we're just looking at Catholic, Christians and Catholics and like, oh, you guys are just evil people, you guys are just wicked. No, you guys are just being taught incorrect. Okay, because you're not necessarily in control. You're following that religion, but yeah, who's teaching that religion? That's the person who's responsible. You see that? So that's why the Lord's giving people time to repent, to research, to get the truth. See? All right. And do we hate our family members because they're still Catholic, Christian, and Jehovah's Witness? Not at all. Because we know just the Lord hasn't woken them up yet. And do we hope that they wake up out of that? Yeah, of course. But if they don't, it's not up to us. See? That's the difference. You see that? And it's not like, we're just like, oh, you guys don't believe in the Lord and just shame on you. No, go for it. If they want to be Jehovah's Witnesses, Catholic, go for it. We just study the truth. We're not out here just, oh, shame on you, because, you're this or you're Muslim. No, go for it. If you want to believe in Allah and all that, go for it. We're just saying that he's just an idol. He's not real. There's only one God. That's the God of the Israelites. His name is Yahweh. And his only begotten son is Yahweh Shai. And that's facts. All right, but if, our friends, family members, they want to be Catholics and Christians, go for it. Don't bother us. That's your choice. Everyone has to make their own choice. All right, we learn the Bible underneath the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's just the truth. That's it. That's why we're not out here, being bullies and, saying, oh, you're a bad people because go for it. You're in that Catholic church, go for it. But we're just saying that's not the way, But we're not going to, get on you and treat you like crap. We're still going to have manners, still be respectable to people because we know it's not the Lord's will that he hasn't woken up everybody, you see? Revelation chapter 9 verse 21. Neither repented, neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries. Yeah, because there's nothing but witches and warlocks out here. Nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. See that? Nor of their thefts, because there's a lot of stealing going on. You know, there's a lot of bad things going on around the earth. Okay, so now let's go to right here, Revelation chapter 11, verse 13. Revelation chapter 11, verse 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake were slain men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High, Yahweh, power of heaven, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright, so let's break this down. So what's this talking about? Revelation chapter 11 verse 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake. So what's going to make the earthquake at that time when all these I.C.B.Ms are shot off? Because there's not going to be one left. You know, there's not going to be one left in a submarine, in a jet, in a silo. They're all going to be shot off because it's the judgment of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. See, so that's going to make the earth shake. Can you imagine, you know, 1 or 2 nukes going off at the same time? Imagine all. The Lord says He's going to release all of them, that not one's going to be left behind. They're all going to be shot off. You know, but it's not just America. Israel's going to get hit too. And there's other parts. There's other parts and land masses that the Lord's going to hit. See? And the 10th part of the city fell. So what's that 10th part of the city? It's talking about America. Alright, so right here in Revelation chapter 11 verse 13, and the 10th part of the city fell. So what's that talking about? It's talking about America again. You're like, damn, America again? Again. Alright, a 10th part of the city. Why? Because America is broken up into 10 parts. 10 FEMA regions. This is why on your zip codes from the East Coast, you know, out there in Maine is, you know, 00. It starts off at 00 something. Alright? Then it goes to, you know, 001. Then it makes its way to Texas, you know, 005. Then it comes all the way to the west, California, to, you know, 900 something. You know, but it started at 0, so that's 10 parts. You know, because it didn't start off at 1. Your zip codes start off at 0 over there at the east, and then it makes its way over here to the west coast, to California. You know, it might be like 91 something. You know, 900 something. All right, because America's broken up into 10 parts, 10 FEMA regions. This is why I'm talking about America. You know, not just, oh, we're just talking about America. You know, like, no, we're not just talking crap. You know, this is facts, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bible prophecy. That's it. You know, and we live here too. You know, because I'm an American citizen. You know, so if the Lord doesn't cover me, I'm through too. I'm gonna get melted by these missiles because I'm right here too. I'm not exempt. I'm not in some bomb-proof shelter. I'm right here in the elements too. You know, when these foreign troops invade, I'm right here too. You know, straight up, out in the open. You know, so what's the difference? You know, if these foreigners, Russians and Chinese invade, I'm right here too. Don't forget that. You know, I was born and raised here in America. You know, I have family in Mexico, but I don't even know what it looks like. You know, I've been there a few times, but I don't even know. You know, all I know is America. You know, this is all that everywhere that I live. This is all that I know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't forget that, because a lot of you say, oh, well, you guys just hate America. It's like, yo, I'm an American citizen. I'm an Israelite, but I'm an American citizen. I was born and raised here. You know, my father was born here and my grandfather was born here. My grandfather was born in Arcadia. I'm 3rd generation. You know, so it ain't like we're just some anti-American, some Muslims, and just no, we're born and raised here. We got families here. We got business here. You know, our children go to school here. We work here. So what the hell? You know what I'm saying? You know, because remember, if we're not covered by the Lord, and I'm talking about me, myself, not to make it about me, you know, I'm right here too. If these foreigners invade, I'm right here too. If these sleeper cells invade, these Russians and Chinese, I'm right here too, on the front line, out in the open. See? So what's the difference? And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant, the elect. Oh, that right there, 7,000 just means, because 7 means a complete number of people who were destroyed. So 7,000, it doesn't mean like 7,000 people are gonna die, because there's gonna be a lot more people that are gonna perish from those missiles, because all 5,000 square miles of America will be destroyed from the Lord. Facts. And the remnant were frightened, the elect, because even the elect, they're going to get beamed up into the ships. And I'll get that right now in Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. All right, because remember, the Lord is going to come back with the angels and beam up the righteous of you guys all around the world. You get that in St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 30 and 31, because he's going to send his angels, once they come in those spaceships, to pick up all the righteous. And then he's going to, melt, and judge people, He's not just going to destroy everybody. No, there's still a big number that's going to be saved, but it's just that there's more people who are going to be destroyed than more people who are going to be saved. That's it, And the remnant were frightened. So even the elect, they're on the spaceships, they're even afraid. Because imagine, seeing 1 or 2 nukes going off at the same time. Imagine seeing 200 million, talking about the warheads. Imagine, so all the nukes going off at the same time. Imagine how catastrophic it's going to be. Imagine, look how powerful 1 nuke is. Look what happened to Hiroshima, atomic bomb. It's crazy. Imagine all these nukes now going off at the same time. The U.S., Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, everybody pressing that button. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be freaking nuts. And gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let's get the next verse. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. And the second woe is past. Second World War. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So that third world war is right here. It's right here at our door, ladies and gentlemen. Some people already say that it is pretty much already started, because this is how close we are. See? All right, also, let's go to Isaiah. All right, Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. So let's break this down. All right, let's break this down. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, the Lord. This is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai speaking. He's saying, come, my people, enter into thy chambers. That's when the Lord's going to get here and beam up the elect. The 144,000 and the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children. Because not everybody's ordained to be a prophet, but that's totally fine. If you're a believer in this thing, hey, peace to you and your family. Absolutely. Because you could be a believer, it don't matter. The Lord's coming for his elect. And shut thy doors about thee, because the Lord is going to say, come into, is going to beam you up into his spaceship, right? The chariots of Israel, which are, Ezekiel spoke about them, Habakkuk spoke about them, Ezra spoke about them, John the Revelator spoke about it, Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. All right, Zephaniah spoke about it, Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1 through 3. All right, the chariots of Israel, which this world knows as the so-called UFOs, they're all throughout the Bible. You dig? You want a shovel because can you dig it? Huh? Alright, Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, because the Lord's saying, come into my spaceship, because the Lord's going to beam up the hopeful elect. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. because the Lord's pretty much gonna beam up the elect into safety into those spaceships, and then He's gonna tell all the elect, you did a good job. You fought the good fight of faith, like Apostle Paul, and then He said, "I'll be right back." He's gonna have the 144,000, King David, Michael the Archangel, uh, go, come down from the spaceships and go get the elites from their underground bunkers and destroy the wicked. That way, the Lord can establish order and righteousness on the planet Earth. That way, the planet, the animals, the trees can rest. Even you heathens can rest. Because, yeah, you have to serve time just like we did for 1,000 years. But, the Lord's going to give you guys back your land. So that way you can enjoy your families. You can enjoy the earth. You don't have to just work, have a day off and then just work until your body just shuts down. Get tax on top of tax. You're going to be able to enjoy your lives and enjoy your families. And the Lord's going to even give you heathen back your lands. You're going to be able to set up your own kings, everything. Facts. It's just that the Lord's going to give you guys a fair shake. Facts. I know a lot of you heathen, you don't like the Lord, Yahushai, but it's because you don't know him. And he's gonna you heathens will get a fair shake, because he's gonna treat you like actual people, not just like a number like Esau. Because to these elites, everybody's just a number. He don't really care about the people. He just uses them. That's the difference. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. So the Lord's coming, from the spiritual realm, to punish the earth for their sins. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. All right, so yeah, that's just the way it is. A lot of kingdoms, are taken down with violence. So, the Lord says, since these Edomites took down the Israelites, down with violence, the Lord's going to take them down with violence. It's called an eye for an eye. Recompense meaning payback. So that's it on today's lesson on the I.C.B.Ms. Okay, the I.C.B.Ms. That was we went over Revelation chapter 9. All right, just to show you that, yeah, that was John the Revelator talking about these missiles, because he's seen them. He had a vision from the Lord. So he's seen this way back when he was in the island of Patmos, which is a salt mine. All right, absolutely. So it's just showing that the prophecies are undefeated, and that the battles are the Lord's. So everything that the Lord is saying is coming to pass right before our eyes. Because those of you that are watching, paying attention, you're seeing that everything is being made more clear day by day. Each day as we get closer and closer, you're seeing, damn, look at the I.C.B.Ms are being prepared. Because before people were like, nah, there's no way they were going to use the I.C.B.M. That would never happen. Now look, that's all you hear about America talking about it, Russia especially, because remember, the Lord's going to use, Russia's going to be the first one to get this nuclear party going. Facts. North Korea, China. It's all you have is nuclear conversations now. Because before it was just like, nah, they just kind of have them as a scare tactic, but they'll never use them. They're gonna be used, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta understand, it's very, very serious. And once again, if you don't believe it, that's on you. But the Lord's out here just to give you that message, because the message is for you. This is why the prophets, they already gave up their lives, just so they can deliver you guys the correct message. See? So with that, repent, for the kingdom of heaven's at hand. Take heed, stay on your watch, on your feet, soldier. Shalom.